You got B3 Picks. Here to send a big shout out to my brother Crush the Legend, Coffee and Donuts, 6:30 a.m. Shout out to the Sports Talk Network, the one and only, the People's Network. They partner with your guy B3 Picks and B3BoxingPicks.com. Let's go green. At B3BoxingPicks.com, we provide pre-fight boxing picks of the week, but also live boxing betting options so we can make money pre-fight or during the fight betting on the beautiful sport of boxing. Follow me on all social media at B3 Boxing Picks. Subscribe to my YouTube, Not Another Boxing channel, presented by B3 Picks, and join the membership. Only $10 a week or $25 a month. I'll add you to the WhatsApp or Telegram group so you can receive the weekly picks. Let's go green.
What up? What up? What up? What's going on, y'all? Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. Top of the morning, top of the AM, because there's nothing good about morning. It's just tricks with words and they mean the same, but different spelling. But top of the AM to everyone that's in the building. Hopefully, you're getting a great start off to your day. It is the master of ceremony. Welcome to Coffee and Donuts for Grown-Ups right on the Sports Talk Network. And it is me, the master of ceremonies. Nobody's going to do it any better. I am Crush the Legend. How everybody doing? Shout out to Mike Rim and Uncle Cass Sports in the building. Make sure y'all come in there, y'all checking it out. Make sure you subscribe to Cass Sports. I'm telling you, if you want some boxing knowledge, whatever you don't know about the sport of boxing, I suggest you tune in 2 p.m. from Monday to Friday to check out Cass Sports, the Boxtorian, because he is a history mind, a walking encyclopedia when it comes to the great sport of boxing. So make sure, y'all check him out. Don't sleep on him. You can learn a little something. Stay sharp, young minds. Stay sharp. Salute to Uncle Cass, Mike Rim, always in the building, first in the place. Like the frontline guys, like the Marine, Mike Rim is always in here, man. So how's everybody's week going so far? I made sure wait till a couple people get in here. Yesterday I couldn't go on because they was doing some work inside the building. There's a whole lot of machinery stuff going on, so I wasn't able to talk to you guys yesterday. But I took a little break. I had a lot of personal things going on, stuff like that. But it's just life. So whenever I'm able to cook, I'm a cook. But I've been watching and listening to some things. And the sport of boxing is what it is. It's really just the sport of boxing, and you never know what you're going to get in this box of chocolates of boxing. That's what I'm start calling it. You never know what you're going to get in a box of chocolates of boxing. You know what I mean? You never know. But of course, there's a lot going on in the sport of boxing. Always something to talk about. The thing is that we get caught up with talking about the same old thing. And I understand rotation, understand something having a ring to it. But I think a lot of people deserve to get their shine because, the sun is big enough to shine on everyone. But everybody don't get that shine. And it's because maybe just simply just built up like that. We have a whole lot of talented people that we would never get to. Yo, hold on. Yo, lady, what are you doing? What are you doing? You can't come in this building. You've been harassing me all morning. It's not the building you come in. Excuse me, y'all. Psycho lady trying to get my building. It's not the building she come in. The building she needs to go into is across from me. But she want to be harassing me. Maybe she got a crush on me. I shouldn't have put on that cologne. I shouldn't have put on that body butter. I'm attracting too many women. That body butter works too. Y'all heard of that body butter? It actually works. I got some. But let me get back to the sport of boxing, man. So like I was saying, it's a lot going on in the sport of boxing. And it's just a lot going on with all the things that's been taking place. And it's very important that these young fighters keep a professional mindset when it comes to this warrior sport. That's what these young fighters have to understand. You have to keep a professional mindset. Even, in the sport of boxing, you have to keep professional mindset. Once again, the lowest level of sportsmanship that I've seen, I'm gonna say that I've seen in boxing, or probably in a while. In a while with Keyshawn Davis situation, and I'm gonna tell you guys this. I think Keyshawn Davis really was taking it personal, and it's not because he missed weight. Because people was trying to say that Keyshawn Davis, went off the deep end, he crashed out because he missed weight. That wasn't the case. Keyshawn Davis meant to miss weight, so him missing weight and seeing his brother getting beat by Nair Albright was not the reason that made him crash out. The reason that made him crash out because that was deja vu. Because remember, they fought. Keyshawn Davis fought Nair Albright. That was Nair Albright last time in the ring before this past Saturday. And he fought Keyshawn Davis. And he gave Keyshawn Davis that work. He really did. He was the toughest opponent that Keyshawn Davis has faced. And he gave him that work. His style may not be the prettiest, but it's effective for him. So shout out to Nair Albright. But you can't do this in the sport of boxing, people. You simply can't do these things when you just sitting around acting like an N-word, something that y'all love to be called. And I'm like, you shouldn't want to be called that word, but okay. Don't call me that. Don't address me as that. I'm gonna let you have that. That's what you choose to be. I'm not an N-word, okay? In no shape, form, size, smell, feel, touch, whatever the case may be. But it is what it is, and it's going to be a learning lesson for them, and they should make this lesson a hard one. But we got some fights this weekend. Now this is one of those fight cards when it's not a deep fight card. It's not really much to talk about with the fight card, to be honest with you guys. But we got Richard Hitchison fighting this weekend. He's going up against George Kambosos, the courageous Georgie. George of the jungle, watch out for that tree. Y'all know about George of the jungle. I'm going over y'all head, y'all whip behind the ear. Y'all know about that. But Courageous George, Courageous, or should I say the courageous George Kambosos. One thing I would say about this man, he's not afraid of no smoke. He's not afraid to get in there with anybody. He can give you a good run for your money. Yes, he can. George Kambosos will give you a good run for your money, or probably, give you one of the worst days at the office if you sleep on him. But does that make him a real good fighter? No. That makes him a great fighter? No, it don't make him good or great. Do it necessarily make him garbage? No, it does make him pretty much decent. And that's what he is. He's a decent fighter. And he has some moments, and he can have moments. And we already know how he got in this mix by beating Tio Lopez. So T1, what's going on, my brother? So by him beating T-Ho, that's how George Kambosos got up in the mix. Nobody was really talking about this guy, because he was known as the split decision king. But I will give him credit. He will get in the ring with anybody. He's a C-plus fighter at best. His best weapon and most effective weapon as far as his skill set. Nobody really points out what's good in his skill set. And I was on Bodywork Boxing last night. Make sure y'all check out Bodywork Boxing. Do good work. We was talking about Kambosos, but he is a very good counter puncher. Big Dre in the building. JBT, what's going on? D1, my favorite guy, angry white man. What's going on? He is a pretty good counter puncher. That's where his strength's at. So with those short arms, and on the inside, if you ain't on point, he can't get you. He can have some good moments with that. And with those little short arms and the way he throw his counter punches and stuff, he's pretty much effective, but he just don't have all the goods to be the goods. But he will give you a fight. So salute the Kambosos for that. And this is the reason why we got to talk about this fight. Now with Richardson Hitchens, a guy who's not much sorted out, and he's not much liked because he's not that much known as the other guys. And the thing is, saludos Kano. Make sure y'all check out my man Kano. Always got the shit on all burners when he go live. Salute to my man Kano. But the thing is, this fight, this weekend with Cambosis. He needs a signature win. So he's not the most liked guy. He don't have that mass appeal. His personality don't grab everybody like that. As far as his performance, he's a heck of a boxer. He has the tools. He's just as skilled as how you doing? He's just as skilled as some of the guys that we talk about. You know, some people say he's a better version Devin Haney. I just leave that there. There's no fuss with me about that. I think that's somewhat of a compliment to the young Africa as we call him. He's Haitian, but we call him. You know what I mean? And that's because in New York, when you're dark, they call everybody Africa. No matter what it is, that's a Brooklyn term, Miss Denise. You know, if you just dark. See, if I live in part of Brooklyn, they're gonna call me African. Ain't nothing African about me. You'll find some Indian, some Shinnecock Indian, and a couple other things. But ain't no cool to a Chicken George up in this DNA. I'm trying to tell you. I try to figure it out. Just because I like chicken, don't mean that I'm related to Chicken George. This is going to smoking. Tommy Hill, the chairman in the building. This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. You know, I'm gonna drop the link. You know, I'm gonna drop the link for whoever wants to come up. So I'm gonna just coffee and donuts is only for the grown-ups, so no kids can't come up and it's never have it. You know what I mean? No kids can come up in this joint ski, boinski, you know, but yes, let me get into it. So like I was saying about what's going on with my man Richardson Hitchens. So like I said, he don't have the brightest personality, you know, that gravitates people. He talks ish. He talks some good ish. A lot of people's not sold on it, or whatever the case may be. It's okay. It's boxing. These guys got to back it up some sort of way. If they get a chance, they do it. That's what they supposed to do. But I think this is the time and this is the right opponent. D Free in the building. Make sure y'all be checking out my brother D Free when him and Doug Whiteside is doing the football. When they doing the football predictions, breaking down from division to division over there. When they do that good football talk, and make sure y'all check us out. 8 o'clock. Monday through Thursday, Roll with the Punches podcast with BVO. Y'all never know what we're going to have over there. So make sure you check it out. Anybody in the STN family. You know what I mean? But I think Cambosis should be somewhat of a signature win for Richardson Hitchens. And I got Richardson Hitchens, and like Connell said, he got him going there stopping him. And but when I was on Bodywork last night, we was talking about what Hitchens need to do for us his performance. He need to go in there and show off, go off like, you know, go off on him. You know what I mean? Do your thing. Speak with your goddamn hands like Terminator X. You know, show me what you got. And I think he can go in there and style on Cambosis. And because my brother Kano said a stoppage, I think he needs to stop him. I think he needs to stop him because I think George Cambosis need to go out there and get some respect on his name. You know what I'm saying? Put some respect on Africa's name. Y'all always out here talking about Africa, saying he ain't this and saying that. Well, Africa gonna bring some light, or he need to bring some firecrackers. You know what I mean? Something to spark the spark plug on fire. Because if he do this and step on George Cambosis, because he outskills this guy by a ton. But I think he needs to go on there and make a statement that everybody else know at 140 he's gonna be the guy to beat, because 140 is so exciting and it's up in the air. So I can't wait until we boogie down like the Bronx and find out who's really going to be the man at 140. D Free, what you got, brother? Salute to you.
Yeah, it was good. Was good. I don't know. This is a real test for Hitchison. For Hitchens, because I don't think he really fought a boxer. I think Cambosis might be the first actual boxer that he fought, and Cambosis can be a little tricky at times. I think Hitchens will definitely pull it out, but it's a true test for him, because if he goes out here and he doesn't beat Cambosis the way Devin Haney did, or the way that Loma did, we're gonna look at Hitchens like, he ain't really ready. He ain't ready. So it's a true test for him. I think he'll win, but how would he win is the question. Is it going to be a close fight? Is it going to be a widespread, or is it going to be a knockout?
Let me ask you this: what you think? How you think he needs to win, D Free? Do you think he really need to go in there, knock him out, or he just need to run a boxing clinic on him?
Um, I think he needs to I think he needs to win by a widespread. Like Cambosis can't win no more than 1 or 2 rounds. Anything more than 1 or 2 rounds is gonna start to get a little tricky. Because if you Cambosis is one of those guys, if you give him a little bit of daylight, we saw what happened. He'll win by split decision. So he gotta make it a widespread. I mean, I don't know if Africa has enough power to knock Cambosis out. We only seen him get knocked out one time, and that was by Loma, and it was a body shot. It wasn't a shot to the chin. So I don't know if he has enough power to knock him out. I don't even call sin. When the last person that Hitchens knocked out?
Oh wow, that's a good question, Tommy Hill. See, I can't even remember the last person that he stopped. I know it was some fights ago, maybe about 5 or 6 fights ago. I can't remember, and I can't pull it up right now while I'm here at work to find out when was his last knockout. But it has been a minute. It has been a minute. That is true. But like you said, one thing about Cambosis, you not knocking him out by a chin shot. He's one of those guys that has a very durable granite chin. And y'all know for me, the money shot is the body shot. Y'all know I love that body work. That takes your whole. That's the soul snatcher for real. And I think because Cambosis is not good with taking body shots, I think Richardson with his reach and his angles and the speed that he has, he should be able to have a successful plan to have a highly energized body attack against Cambosis, because that's the only way I see him stopping him is by attacking the body and going to the body straight from the start, and moving around on angles, punching on angles, hitting that body to the side. Don't really worry about shooting it straight down the stern or whatever like that, because then he puts himself in a hard way for Cambosis being able to counter punch it. He can counter punch it, like you said. You give him a little bit of day, he might take over your whole damn night, man. Tommy Hill, what you got?
Man, I'm gonna be real with you. I think that he shouldn't give up any rounds to Cambosis, man. I think that Maxie Hughes beat him 10-1, 10-2, or 11-1. And I know a lot of people are not really fond of the fact that Maxie Hughes boxed him, but I thought that he boxed him masterfully, and he definitely landed the cleaner, more effective punches. I should expect that he do the same. Hitchens should fairly handle him easily. If he doesn't, then like you guys both said, then that's a problem. Especially for all that mouth that he's been given. And I know that's to sell the fight. But Cambosis really hasn't been knocked out but one time. So I don't expect him to get a knockout. Even the last fight that he had, I mean, the kid was giving him a pretty good beating, but he didn't knock him down or anything like that. So I don't know if Hitchens can do it, but if he settles on his punches, I think then he has a good chance of, if he puts them together and he barrages him, he probably can get a stoppage that way. I don't think he knocks him out or knocks him down. But I mean, this is a fight to show that I'm now able to take take note. I'm someone to be taking note of because however people feel about Cambosis has been a person that they have given shot after shot after shot to. And I mean, I think that he's the gatekeeper that a lot of people assign other folks to be because this Mickey Fricky can get off. He can lose and still be in a great fight. And he has not done pretty much anything to justify that other than to beat Tio that one night. So I don't know, man. I'm happy to see Richardson Hitchens in the ring. I hope that he goes in there and handles business. He should do that. I mean, we should expect him to go in there and thoroughly dominate him. And if he don't, then that does say that maybe Hitchens ain't like what we really think he is.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tommy. And I think right now, if I can add on, that's what boxing is right now. I let you guys. I say this: boxing right now, the state that is in, it's like the zodiac. Remember last year they said it was the sign of the Aquarius. The truth comes out. You know, that's what boxing is right now. Boxing is in the time of exposing because a lot been coming out. We finding out some fighters is not as good as they are. Some fighters are better than what they are. Some fighters is not as tough as we thought they are. Some of us not as popular. You know, they ain't got the zest like that. We're finding that out. And the way that they represent themselves, the way that they perform in the ring, and the way they represent themselves in the ring when it comes to talking about the sport of boxing and everything else. So I think it's pressure on all these guys right now to a certain extent because they have to perform. And with Richardson Hitchens, he's one of those guys. He really got to step on it right now, or he's going to be, just evaporate in the air like vapors, and it's already hard for him because he's not a big fan favorite, and no one is really, calling out to see this guy in action. So, like you said, Cambosis get chance after chance after chance after chance, and I feel like this. I think at the certain point, some guys should be done in the sport of boxing. I ain't saying they should retire, but they should be, reduced down to barely seeing your ass in the damn ring. Half of them do that anyway because they don't fight enough anyway. So something has to give, and hopefully as boxing moves on and they move some of these in the way guys out the way and let all the guys who has the appetite for smoke to go in there with all the smoke, inhale it, and everything else. So that's what I'm looking at. But this might be Hitchens gonna have to do something real good. And 140 is a division that it's in musical chairs right now because we don't know who is who. We all know what's up there at 140. 140 is one of those divisions. I think it's the most dangerous division next to 154 right now because there's so much up there, and that's why I can't wait to see when other guys go up to 140. I mean, Keyshawn Davis, he did what he did at 135. I don't know if he's gonna be able to do all these things that he did at 135 at 140. It's definitely a bigger arena, and there's more dogs up there, that you gotta bite and scratch against. So I can't wait to see it, but he has to go in there and step on it. I mean, if he wants the respect from the boxing fans and really have us say, hey man, now we know you really the goods like that. You have to go out there and perform. And I think that's just not for him. That's all these fighters. You cannot go in the ring and be giving out a lackadaisical performance. You can't be going in the ring and doing some Mary J. Blige shit, okay? You got to get in the ring and you got to do that goddamn Janet Jackson type of shit. Don't be getting up there that's in monotone and barely can move around and this, that, other. I love Mary J., but she's horrible when she's live. Great music, whole lot of hits, but goddamn, she ain't shit when she performed live. And if it wasn't for her hits, the show would be nothing. So that's how I look with Richardson Hitchens. You know, you got to go out there and get it down, Daddy O, and he really got to put something on George Kambosos, because it's nothing like having a George Kambosos being talk through the boxing community or how he made somebody nice upset. And I'm telling you, it would be a lot of certain people around if George Kambosos go in there and do the thing to Richard Hitchison, and people don't like Kambosos. We're gonna have one of these nights. We're gonna have one of these nights. They're gonna be moist. They're gonna be moist and wetness all over the place and leakage. We do not need that. We already got a lot of moist meter, attitudes and moist meter people, members in the sport of boxing. Hitchens, don't make yourself a part of the moist meter, my guy. As far as a boxer, we already got boxers that got the moist meter. I think I'm gonna send the Davis brothers a few moist meters. You know what I mean? Presented to them by STN as a damn gift called Man Up, doing it. But I think he's gonna do his thing now. This fight card is not a deep fight card at all. It's not anything too much interesting outside the main event, the co-main event, because co-main event and main event, they're the only two fights that's going 10 or more rounds. Everything else is between 6, 8, and 4 rounds, which leads me to Andy Cruz, who is the co-main event. And Andy Cruz is a guy that, a lot of us be on different sides. We got Cam in the building. Make sure y'all check out my brother Cam. J Network be cooking it up something nice. Go get a bite when Cam is on. But we got Andy Cruz, who's a well-respected boxer, come from that great Cuban school of boxing. This guy, we want to see more Andy Cruz too. This is just not on anybody else. We need Andy Cruz to step up in competition. Now, let's be fair. We don't hear anyone calling out Andy Cruz. And I'm wondering why. We have people saying, man, Andy Cruz ain't all that. Well, tell your favorite fighter or the baddest man in the goddamn band to outplay him or do something. I mean, because this man been calling out Keyshawn Davis for the longest. You moist me to people calling clout chasing. That man clout ain't that damn good. He ain't that good for somebody to be building the name off of him. Let me just say that. And then this guy running around, this is the guy saying, that's my son. I'm his daddy, this, that, and the other. I son the boy. I do this, I do that. It ain't nobody talking about he should be handling him. But they worrying about little Keisha or getting a piece of the pie. Like the Jeffersons moving on up. Oh, give me some tank. Give him all the elite guys. He ain't elite. What y'all talking about? Prospect with a belt. And I'm going to keep, the prospect ain't got a belt no more. Taking back the prospect stage at 140. Restart. That's what I'm talking about. But anyways, like I was saying for all you haters out there, I don't care if you like it or not. What you gonna do about it? Not a damn thing. I'll kick your ball over the fence and take your girl and your goddamn school snacks. All right? Don't play with me. But pay attention. I gotta mess with people a little bit. You got to talk to them like that, DP. You gotta talk to these youngins like that. But they don't know no daggone better. This is coffee and donuts for grown up. We do grown talk on here. We ain't up over here with no romper room and all that. Y'all keep that mess somewhere else. Go to the 1, 2, 3 room, kindergarten, get start. Just stay away from here with the nonsense. Cause we do grown for talk over here. We'll be talking life, period. But he definitely got to go in there and do it. And I think Andy Cruz is nice. And Keyshawn Davis don't want no parts of this man. Keyshawn Davis, y'all thought he should fight Tank. He should fight this person. No, tell this dude he's so Mr. Businessman to go shut up people that's calling him out. Y'all call it clout chasing. I'm going to spin the block on you if you really want that smoke. I'm going to really spin the block on you if you really want that smoke. And then y'all talking about, what are you going to do for him? What you mean he's a prospect? Prospect, right? The prospect. What the hell y'all talking about? I forgot y'all favorite prospect ain't got no belt no more. Nah, boo-boo, don't lose no damn sleep. So I can't wait to see how he's going to get moved at 140. They're going to do business, conducting business with the dude because he probably messed up his little bag or whatever like that. Get him a slap on the wrist, give him a little punishment. But Andy Cruz this weekend, he's going up against a puncher. He's going up against a puncher. If you don't know much about him, of course you'll pick Andy Cruz with. But he's going up against a puncher, and I'm starting to see a lot of Japanese fighters starting to pop out here and there. They're just not staying in that one or two weight classes. They starting to pop out. So we might see the rise of Japan. I ain't got no problem with it. Bring it on, bring it on. That's what I'm saying. It makes it more merrier. Bring as many as you want. We need as many. Bring them all. The more the merrier, man. Because I'm tired of the nonsense. And make sure the replacements is all with the smoke. We can get boxing damn near every weekend, if not every other weekend. But I can't wait to see Andy Cruz perform. I like Andy Cruz a lot. Now we wound up going up to 140. I don't know. But yeah, he got a good fight coming up. And like I said, he's over there with Boozy in his getting that good that tuning up. And I had noticed in his last fight, Andy started to sit down on his punches more, and he's starting to stick his chin out there a little bit. I don't know if you guys real seen it, but he's starting to stick his chin out there a little bit, saying, "Hey man, I could take a punch if I get hit." So, hey, shout out to Andy Cruz. I think we might see him, have a little strength behind his punches and power. Because one thing about Philly, no matter if you're a guy that's like to fight on your toes or not, we help you sit down on your punches to generate the best power that you can energize when you want to throw a power shot. But yeah, I think that'd be a good fight. For Andy Cruz to fight, maybe. I don't know. I really want to see Mr. Businessman, get in there and fight guys that been chasing him. And another thing, Tito Mercado was on the card, but he had an injury. He got injured. I didn't really find out what happened to him, how he got injured. But Tito Mercado was on the card this weekend. I would have loved to see Tito Mercado. So hopefully he comes back soon and we see him get back in the ring ASAP, because I like him. And I want to see him put in some work. But yeah, I think Andy Cruz got a nice fight this weekend. So they two most exciting things. So I probably won't pay attention to everything else too much. I think Zaquin Moses. That's Shakur's cousin. He's on that card. I think he's doing a 6-rounder or 4-rounder. But outside those things that I said, it's not too much going on. Cam, salute, subscribe to you yesterday, 6:30. It's a good time frame, bro. Thank you. Yeah, I'll keep this time frame, and then I'm gonna come up with a night show. D3, what you got for us, bro? You want to add on to this Andy Cruz cook?
Yeah. I wanna see who's gonna step in the ring next with Andy Cruz, because they trying to put him on that fast track, but I don't know who he's gonna get in the ring next. Is he gonna get in there with Raymond? Is he gonna get in there with Mason? Because they got him in position to fight for a title now. So I wanna see which one of these champions is gonna get in the ring with him next. It still remains to be seen. I think Andy Cruz is a good boxer. I think he has the skills to be a heck of a boxer. I'm not looking at him to stop anybody. He's not a real big puncher, but he can catch you with a clean shot and surprise you, because we've seen him drop his opponent a couple of times in previous fights. So he has that power that can sneak up on you if you're not paying attention. But I just want to see him in there with a little more a fighter with a little more name recognition to see exactly what he can do. But I think he's gonna pull out the unanimous decision. But Andy Cruz got to be careful when you start moving up in competition if you're not a big puncher like that, because too many clean shots from opponents can catch up to you, and Andy Cruz, next thing you know, he'd be sitting on the backside, because I thought he was going to get dropped in the last fight that he had. He took a couple of clean shots, but he weathered the storm and pulled out the win. But like I said, I want to see him in there with somebody with a little more notoriety to see what he really can do.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Because in that last fight, he was getting cracked, and he had me on the edge of my seat. I'm like, oh man, get out the way, man. You throw some oil slick down, man. Bob and Weave, do something, man. Because he was taking chances. He was getting cooked, but like D3 said, he weathered the storm. So that does show me that he had some durability. I don't know how far that durability go because with different punches, their power effectiveness on the opponent is different. But he definitely showed me that he can go into the eye of the storm and get around and dance around in there and be fine. But yeah, I like that. See, we got Muratala out there, so it's a lot that these guys can do. And like I said, it's for the next generation, for these guys, these new guys to start doing their thing. So it'd be good to see, Andy Cruz and all these guys, Muratalas and all these other guys get to mix it up or actually do something. You know what I mean? Now, how do y'all feel about the Bronx Bomber coming back? And he's fighting on Black Prime, BLK Prime. I just heard about this. Y'all know how I feel. I'm a little moist when it comes to this. I give myself the moist meter when it comes to Deontay Wilder because I simply don't want to see this brother inside the ring. But me being a reality person, we can't tell these people what to do with their lives. We go and speak on this and just suggest. But I really want this man to get out the ring. I want all these guys to get out the ring that should be retired, but he's coming back and he's fighting on Bill K. Prime. That's taking a step back. For me, a big step back. Coming from the bigger platforms and fighting on them, and then now you reduce down to BLK Prime. I'm feeling a little sensitive right now. Tommy Hill, well, how you feel about that?
Well, I mean, it's tough because I do rock with Wilder. I've always been a fan of his. He's had some recent spurts where he hasn't looked good inside the ring or outside the ring, and I think that they bleed into one another. And I think that's also the fact that he's lost that fire to go in there and hurt somebody, and that's the hurt business. If you're getting in that ring, you got to go in there to hurt somebody because they usually, more often than not, are coming to hurt them. So I'm not really happy about it, but it is an opponent to do a temperature check. They gave him a temperature check opponent to see if, there's something they still can get behind. Because the people that's putting on the fight, man, a lot of them got respect for him and don't want him to be hurt. So we'll see if this fight.
Tommy, you cut out a little bit of what you done your sentence. I'm not sure.
Nah, you can't hear me? You can't hear me?
Now I can hear you. Okay. You good? Go ahead, Tommy. You good?
Hey, shout out my guy D Free. That boy got that lineup on pop over there on that beard, boy, looking good, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just think that, this is just one of those temperature check fights. This is that fight that they're going to see if they can continue to use him to make money off of his name because he still holds a big name. As we can see with Manny Pacquiao, that fight is almost sold out. You know what I'm saying? So Deontay Wilder once was that dude. If he can come back and he can create some fireworks, it's almost the 4th of July. He come back and drop them bing, bing, bangs on somebody, quickly they'll be promoting him versus Anthony Joshua. A fight that we wanted, that we never did get, but now we can get because both of them kind of fell from grace. So there is good, there is bad about this. The bad is we've seen him in his last couple of outings. We've seen him go through some spats with his family member, and he's not looked very good. The good is that he still, man, if he can get his stuff together, and if he can go out there and work on his conditioning and establishing a little bit of some control game just outside of the damn pocket, then you might get some explosions, man. And explosions mean we can sell him again. So hopefully. But I agree with you. I really don't want to see him up in there getting beat on, and I don't want him to be somebody that becomes somebody else's gatekeeper. His career is far above that, and he's
Yeah.
done gave a lot to the sport, so he doesn't owe us anything, and he definitely don't need that in his life.
Yeah, I agree with you 1000%, and that's one of the main reasons I don't want to see this man back in the ring. I don't think he's hurting for money at all. I think he did the right thing with his money, and I think just it's just the addiction for it. I mean, sometimes it is that with some of these fighters. We know there's some fighters who don't need the money, and then there's some fighters that do need the money. And that's the sad thing. That's the gift and the curse about something that we love, and we don't know how to let it go or when to let it go. And this is the things that we got to worry about. And we watching these fights and we watching these fighters. We watching them with our eyes kind of squint. You really don't want to see nothing bad happen to them. So you kind of put a lower your eyes because you have a peek at it. Like I don't want to see this happen. And this is the way that we are feeling about certain fighters, especially with Deontay Wilder. I mean, he had three brutal fights with Tyson Fury. Shit, they could have been somebody's first three fights in their career, and the rest of their career would have been half of the career is done. You know what I mean? Because it was that type of matchup, and these guys really knocked each other around these three fights. No matter who got the advantage, when they got the advantage, they really beat the best out of each other. And hey, the champ, he got a heart of steel, man. So I wish him the best on it. I just hate to not see, fighters of a certain stature, starting to, get defeated by guys they would never lose from on their worst day,
So
and I hate that because it's a blemish against their record.
So go on with what you just said too, man. This is another reason why. Because if you're coming back, you're Deontay Wilder, you're a champion. You should be contending for championship. So if you're only coming back to fight for the sake of fighting or for making money, nah, we can't have you in the ring like that, man. If you're coming back so you can try to reclaim a shot at either a title or a former title holder, and your boy Anthony Joshua, I'm with it. If this is just the first step into trying to get him in that ring with them, then I'm with that. But like you said, it all depends on how he shows up and how he looks in that ring. Can't be like he was in the last couple of fights. It's got to be him in there with bad intentions, punching with bad intention.
Yeah, I like what Cam said. He said Wilder went versus Herndon. Hearn trying to push David Allen on him after the Herndon fight. Wow. Uh, See, this is the
Yeah.
type of things I don't like. Because now you put yourself in a position that you're a gatekeeper when you shouldn't. That shouldn't be not an option in your career at all to be a gatekeeper. That's for one. And for now they're going to start feeding you the guys. And I don't like that. We seen fighters get in the ring and they wind up just being meat for the young fresher animals. We've seen it even. I mean, it happened to a lot of Hall of Famers too. So that's why it's a time to clock in, and it's definitely a freaking time to clock out, hang them up. That's hang it up. You did what you did. Let the past be the past, and this how it is. And I don't want a lot of these fighters to wind up being casualties of being in their own damn way because they just being so stubborn with something that they love and things like that, because you have to think about your health. And I think we worry about what we in love with more than what we should be in love with more than our health, and worry about what our bodies is like. This is boxing. So I'm pretty sure for the ones who got out the sport and retired, they probably said, "Man, I'm gonna miss this." But damn, I'm not picking these gloves.
Yeah.
No, go
Yeah.
ahead,
Yeah.
T3.
Yeah. I mean, we know Deontay Wilder for being a great puncher, but also for being a great talker. What if Deontay Wilder take one of these shots and he's sounding like Riddick Bowe, or he's sounding like Hearns, or daggone what's my man name, Meldred Taylor. or James
And
Toney.
Tony, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, like I said, things people say, oh, well, he still might have it. Well, we seen him in there with guys that were better opponents, and he not have it. So you're gonna put him in there with a guy that's a lesser talent, and this is the heavyweight. Everybody at heavyweight can punch. All it takes is one punch at heavyweight, and that could change your whole lifespan. So I just don't think that he needs to be in the ring anymore. And everybody's like, oh, I still want to see the Joshua fight. I really at this point I really don't want to see the fight. Because I don't think it's going to be as entertaining as it once was. When these guys was on top, even after they had their first loss, it was still entertaining at that. Now at this point in their career, both these guys been knocked out multiple times. Uh, um, I don't know if Joshua is as good as he once was before, and I know Deontay Wilder is not as good as he once was before. I mean, we just seen Joshua get slept, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah." I mean, that's all it takes for Deontay Wilder to hit him one time. But yeah, but we know Joshua still got a big punch as well. We've seen Deontay Wilder get slept. So I mean, I don't like to see people get beat up on just for my entertainment, because at that point it's not entertainment. It's just we watching a person get beat in the ground, and you like, oh, it still was a good fight. No, it wasn't. We just sat here and watched somebody get abused because you wanted to see the fight. When we know that these guys are past their prime, and they shouldn't be in the ring. The same way we talk about Manny Pacquiao don't need to be coming back is the same way we need to be talking about Wilder don't need to be in the ring anymore. The man hasn't looked good in his last couple of fights. The man got beat up by Joseph Parker, and then he got put to sleep by daggone Big Bang Zhang. At one time, when Deontay Wilder was on top, we would have never thought these guys would have made it 12 rounds with Deontay Wilder. So I just don't think it's a good look. I don't think Deontay Wilder has the confidence in his ability anymore. And when you start to lose the confidence in your ability, that's the clear sign that you going to get hurt badly. What's going on, Cam? What's going on, DS?
I don't want to see that fight is too late, y'all. I hear y'all keep talking about, oh, yeah, still want to see AJ and no, you do not. I'm telling you, you do not. I'm the MK Ultra in your brain right now, and it's for good reason. No, y'all do not want to see that goddamn fight. Why do y'all want to see that damn fight, man? No, I don't want to see this right now. Two broken up ass motherfuckers. They ain't effective no more. I want to see that ish. Get up on out of here. It's too little, too late to ever try again. Y'all know that old song. You know, it is too late for that. So no, I don't want to see AJ. No, I don't want to see Wilder get in the ring with each other. But Crush, they both. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to see two dudes fight each other when they has-beens. They ass bag, they damn near trash truck juice. I don't want to see that. I want to see them two dudes get in the ring when they at their best. Listen, I love boxing. But I don't love boxing stupid. Okay? I'm gonna say it again. I love boxing, but I don't love boxing stupid. It's just like a damn relationship. You can love somebody, but you just gotta be smart. Yeah, I mean, you can't think with your heart. You only feel with your heart, people. The heart don't have a brain; it has feelings. All right? You only can feel with your heart, but you always got to think with this right here. Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping, and then y'all, if y'all don't like it, I don't give a flying flute tune being played by Keith Thurman. I don't want to see it. But what? This is those type of fights are in a way just like one that keeps seeing these old ass men come back in the sport of boxing and hold up the damn sport. No. No, that's why they got exhibitions and other stuff like that. Go over there with that nonsense. Y'all want to see battered fighters fight each other? Then they should start a boxing league for battered goddamn fighters. Start the boxing nursery home or some shit. If y'all want to see old ass motherfuckers fight each other, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it. Motherfucker got half an eye. No, I don't want to see that. I want to see people at their best. Their faculties is pretty decent. If they ain't sharp, at least be at mint condition. You know what I'm saying? And Wilder is past that. He's not at a good level of performance right now. He's an old car that once you get to once you complete the mileage, you can't even reset the transmission again. I'm gonna say it again. Once you hit that limit, you can't reset that thing because you can't reset that transmission. I would just do away with ain't no rebuilding it or restarting it. It's over for this man. And then if you keep on playing around, it's a detrimental sport, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna wind up getting hurt. I want to see these dudes keep on getting me because they get their behind kicked by dudes that my 13-year-old son probably can beat the hell up. No, nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that. Y'all keep talking about, yeah, I want to see. But what kind of boxing fan are you? I must ask you that this morning. I got to get a thermometer and stick it in you. What kind of boxing fan are you? Yeah, I still want to see that. No, you don't. I want to see people fighting each other at their goddamn best. Not two people at their worst. No, two negatives don't work for me. It always gotta be two positives. Ain't no such thing except two negatives. Y'all all out of pocket for that. Y'all all out of order. And y'all all need a goddamn voice meter. But I ain't gonna give it to y'all that time because y'all be, yeah, I want to damn right because yeah, I've been waiting so many years. I'll probably sit, man, get up on out here with that nonsense, man. No, I don't want to see it. And this man is moonwalking back where he went from goddamn prime time to the chitlin circuit doing a fight on Black Prime. That's a damn chitlin circuit. Don't give me that. Don't try to dress up Black Prime to be anything more than it is. Black, it ain't nothing prime about it. Okay? Nothing prime about it, people. What we talking about? This man about to fight on Black Prime. Y'all talking about, y'all want to see that? Y'all want to see that for real? Black about it. Y'all want to see that for real? There ain't nothing black about it. It is black and dark. Black is just black. I'll try to make it more than what the hell it really is. Black is that dark ass damn screen. It ain't nothing prime about it. Tell me what's prime about it. Not a damn thing.
Yeah, that 20, 30,000 on a prime, but living in a project is insane. I live it down.
Man, that's crazy. I don't want to see that ish, man. Let him retire. I don't want to see Ashley Joshua. I want to see these old beat up up. That's just like running around and trying to hit some old coochie that ain't good no damn more. What are you talking about? What are y'all talking about? Coffee donuts for grown-ups. You gonna get it this way. You gonna get it this way, baby.
The walls ain't built the same. Hey man, I ain't mad at it too. I feel kind of the same way too. Unfortunately, I know how they do and how they move. That's how they move, man. Everything's generated by money. I mean, hell, they got into that sport. Hell, at least Deontay tell you, yeah, I got in it because I needed money to get my daughter her treatment. But they in it for the making money, and these people in it for making money off of them. And if they feel like they can make a buck off of them, they'll dress it up for the world to see. So this first fight will tell a lot on whether or not they're going to continue to do stuff with him. It's unfortunate because, as you both have stated, he's no longer in his prime. He doesn't move. He doesn't have the same reflexes. I mean, he's not carrying the same punch. And on top of that, you know, he's been taking supplements that have taken a little bit of, or putting a damper on that fire that was inside of him. So we're gonna see how it play out, unfortunately, man. Also, I wanted to comment on that Andy Cruz thing, man. I think the fact that he has been sparring and training with the Ennis camp and getting good reps with Boots, getting good reps with Scooter, and a lot of them young bucks that's up at that gym, man, I think that's gotten him to the point where he's probably a lot more comfortable with the assimilation into the pro game than he was prior to joining them. I think that he fully now understands how to engage in the ring as a professional and not so much worried about being hit. I think that he recognizes his window of opportunity is very small in these spaces, as you could tell by certain people getting shots to fight that haven't been fighting or haven't been winning. And I think that, he's starting to, as you said, sit down more on them punches and deliver a little bit punch between it. He's a fantastic counter puncher. He's got the fundamentals pretty much fine tuned, and now all he got to do is believe that he can take the punch and he can deliver a punch. And if he does that, I think he'll be well on his way to making a fight with somebody of notoriety. I think that unfortunately we are in a time right now where you don't have to fight people of notoriety. All you got to do is be able to put on a show. And some can put on shows better than others. So I would love to see the fighting spirit come back. I would love to see not only fighters but promoters enthused about making matchups that can try the metal. And I want to see people actually earn their belt and defend it instead of just being awarded belts or putting in fights that look like they following a script. So I'm all for it, and I'm all for Cruz recognizing that his window of opportunity is starting to small. It's starting to get a little bit more dimmer. So hopefully we'll see some good fights with this week coming up.
Yeah, he gotta step it up. He's 28 years old and he
Hey,
only got
but
five
D
fights.
Free, D Free. I looked at him the other day. He looked like he older than 28.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
I was
might
about
be.
to
He
say
part of
that.
that. He part of
He was,
that Cuban industry. So he might be
yeah,
older than that.
I think
But
he's 32.
yeah, I mean, even if, like I said, even if he is 28, he only got five fights. I mean, Tank Davis, 28, he got 30 fights. So you look at the two, and they say, oh well, Andy Cruz been in the amateurs for a long time. Okay, you need to step on the gas because you don't want to be like Loma with only 21 fights and you retiring because you're too old now. Loma, 37 years old, retired with 21 fights. And that's why I was like, I don't really know if he's a Hall of Famer. I know they're going to give it to him, but in my eyes, I don't think he's done enough to be in the Hall of Fame with 21 fights. He only
Yeah,
had, I mean, he got a couple of names on his resume, but what really has he done? To say, okay, yeah, he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, I me personally, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, but I know they're going to put him in there. But that's the same thing with Andy Cruz. You stayed in the amateurs until you was what 20, 25, 26 years old, and then you decided to go pro. This ain't the time to slow down your career. You need to step it up. You was stepping on the gas in the amateurs. You need to step on the gas in the pros. Your pro career could be over in a heartbeat. I mean, you could have seven fights, and then that's the end of your career because you got knocked out and nobody cares to see you anymore, or your promoter don't want to promote you anymore. So you need to step on the gas, but we'll see what he do. Like I said, I mean he say he's 28. We but they part of that Cuban school, and so we know a lot of times. I mean, like I said, I spoke to a guy who was from Cuba, and he said they be writing their names on their age on their birth certificates. It ain't all. It ain't something that they have already paperwork showing how old they are. They be writing their names on the paperwork to show how old they are.
right. Well, you know what? It's funny that you say that. Let me just move something raw, move it. goalpost just a little bit, but staying still in the pocket with the age thing. And it's funny that you say that, D Free. I was listening to something the other day, listening to scientists and all that talk. So they were speaking about what time we really in. And you got a lot of people that don't want to tell the age. They too ashamed to tell the age. What the hell you too ashamed to say how old you are? Yeah, that should never be a problem. But I'm gonna land the plane real quick. Um, that's why in some time zones, some people are actually older and some younger. But my question is, what time are we really in? Are we really in 2025? Man, we might be some years behind. That's why when you look at it, that's why some people, it's just not genetic. Because these scientists had me in my bag and I was just going through shit after listening to these psychos. But I was just looking, I said, maybe this is part of the reason why some people actually who are older looks younger than what they are. And the age that they look is probably the age that they really supposed to be. But because we got people manipulating time and all that, and people lying about time, they lying about time by manipulating and we lie about our age. Because we feel as though we say we're a certain number, there's something about, oh, I'm so old or whatever. What the hell? Don't y'all know people before the polio times, people walk around and they're over 100 years old? This is fact, but it's how you take care and preserve yourself. But definitely the Cubans are older than what they say they really are. This is not roasting them or none of that. This is just fact. Even when people come from other countries, D Free, you can remember Tommy Hill back in school when you went to school, and back then when we was going to school, we had a lot of Africans, and the Caucasian people, Chinese people and everything move to the country. And then, you get a classmate, you meet little Zuzu, and you like, hey, Zuzu, how old are you? And Zuzu be like, we in the 10th grade, and Zuzu give you an age, and like, you how old are you? You like, you supposed to be in a whole nother damn class. You supposed to be 2 classes down. You talking about, are you that smart? Or something ain't right. But the timing be off, man. And sometimes it's kind of weird, and it makes me think about, are they manipulating time, and are we manipulating time ourselves? How sometimes they say we cheat death and all that. I don't know if we ever cheat death. It just don't happen at the time. It's gonna be a lot of things that's gonna be to the edge. You're either gonna fall off the edge or you're not. But that always been a thing for me. What really is? Are we really the age we say that we are? Some people say we already a year old when we come out of mothers anyway, which that is true, people. How you gonna start counting how old you are for the moment you come out your mother? You was already living inside of for 10 months. You can't feed something that's dead, people. I'm gonna say it again. You can't feed something that's dead. So the whole time when we was in our mother's uterus, because that's where the baby sit at, in the uterus. Because some of y'all don't know, y'all just be thinking the baby sitting inside the vagina and all this other stuff, and actually in the damn stomach. It's in the uterus. Fools, go to school. Go to school. Go learn something. But the whole time, once that seed, once the farmer plant that seed, it starts to age from the very moment. So you meaning that 9 to 10 months that we're developing inside the uterus, and the mother's not just giving her nurturements, but giving us nutrients and all this stuff. But we don't count for living. We don't count for being alive. But we moving around for 8, 9, 10 months, kicking, punching, trying to come out, but we not alive? That don't make no damn sense. So you mean to tell me that we be dead until the moment we come out? No, so ain't no you're a month old. How the hell you a month old? 30 days later after you came out. No, you're a year and 30 days old. What are you talking about? So when we come to the age thing, they play the numbers game. Overall, people, the overall math for life, the math ain't math. But these things you have to dig in deep and talk about also, because it's an age thing, and this is what led to the conversation. So we don't know how old they really are. Shoot, Ortiz is really my age, you know what I'm saying? But they would say he's just in his early 40s. That man is my age, in his mid-50s, going on to his 60s. So we got to do stuff. Don't be ashamed of what your age is. You know what I mean? What you are, young, old, in between. Just be you. Just be vigilant. Keep it clean. Keep a clean ass, keep clean underwear on, brush your teeth, brush your tongue. Make sure you brush your tongue. Always talking about brush your teeth. Brush your damn tongue, because your teeth can be as white as a motherfucker, but your breath can smell like halitosis because you still got all that different stuff on your taste buds on your tongue. So yeah, that's a lesson learned. We talk about everything here on Sports Talk Network. We teach you how to, we teach you how to clean yourself properly. We talk science, we talk finances, we talk politics, we talk sports, we talk everything, because life is a sport. Sports Talk Network. You ain't gonna get no better cook than over here with this Sports Talk Network. We always appreciate y'all tuning in with it. Hey, D3, you got anything else for me before we go?
No. I mean, we're gonna get back at it later on tonight. But nah, I ain't got nothing else on it. Great cook this morning.
Great cook this morning. Thanks for my STM brothers coming through, and thanks for y'all coming through every morning when y'all serving the coffee and donuts and grown up. From here on out, bring your own goddamn coffee, your goddamn donuts. I'm trying to give y'all goddamn service. Y'all starting to cost me, and I can't pay my goddamn electric bill. I'm messing with y'all. So with that being said, it's the master of ceremonies, Crust the Legend, another dope episode of Coffee and Donuts for Grown Ups with my STM brothers. Thanks to the chat. Thanks to the panel. Make sure y'all go check out my man C-Man Ruffin in about a half an hour. Or check out my man Brother Jay with the hardcore thing. Go over the Duck Zone, No Duck Zone podcast and check him out. Check out the hardcore with my man Brother Jay. 2:00. Make sure y'all tune into Uncle Cass Sports, the box story. And that's where you're gonna get the best boxing knowledge that you don't have already. Always go tighten up on that. And then at 8:00, make sure you come through. CSTN, rolling with the punches podcast. We know it's going to be something when we dealing with my man, the Sombrero BVO, Dub Right Side. And make sure you check Dub Right Side out at 11:30. Also, so we cooking damn near 24 hours a day. STN, life is a sport, and we talk about life because it is a sport, just like the sports. And make sure y'all go check out my man D1 Angry White Man Crew. Dope stuff. Hey, check out all the dope people because dope is dope. And we need more hope out here. So with that being said, y'all have a lovely Wild Out Wednesday. I'm gonna get up on out here and I'm gonna see if I can go do something strange for some change this morning. Peace out.
You got B3 Picks. Here to send a big shout out to my brother Crush the Legend, Coffee and Donuts, 6:30 a.m. Shout out to the Sports Talk Network, the one and only, the People's Network. They partner with your guy B3 Picks and B3BoxingPicks.com. Let's go green. At B3BoxingPicks.com, we provide pre-fight boxing picks of the week, but also live boxing betting options so we can make money pre-fight or during the fight, betting on the beautiful sport of boxing. Follow me on all social media at B3 Boxing Picks. Subscribe to my YouTube, Not Another Boxing channel, presented by B3 Picks, and join the membership. Only $10 a week or $25 a month. I'll add you to the WhatsApp or Telegram group so you can receive the weekly picks. Let's go green.
Hey, with that being said, hey, you for all you crybabies out there, don't get moist meter, and we are out of here. Peace.